Good morning, everyone. It's Frank here. So we're just kind of going through all our video footage. We've got quite a bit of stuff left from our first trip to Anyox. So we're just kind of put it all together. Just a bunch of outtakes we didn't use for one reason or another. It kind of goes into go through the ghost town of Kitsault because we went in through that way. And so we'll put it all together for you, and I hope you enjoy it. So that's all you'll see from Anyox from this year. We're hoping to go back next year, but we'll get to that when we get to that. All right, hope you enjoy it.
Running out and they use a lot of streets infected and crawled in the slime. The neon nightmare is about to unwind.
So there's a couple ways of getting into Anyox. This is the road that goes to Kitsault. So it's a really rough road there. It's about 100 kilometers of old logging road, not well maintained, just huge potholes, and just crap all over the road. It moves from trees, but a very scenic drive. And the gate was open for us. It cost us to open it. And this is going into the town of Kitsault. So Kitsault's been abandoned since the 80s. It was built in the 80s by a mine that they mined molybdenum there. It was only open for 8 months, and they shut it down. And it's been on care and maintenance ever since. The guy that owns it's got a couple of people there, mow some of the lawns and maintain some of the buildings. And it's just like any other town that you would see anywhere else. The only thing is there's no people there. Actually, the one lawn has got a big bear trap right on the lawn because there's just bears wandering around town there. And it's quite something to see. You know, there's shopping mall and school and big warehouses, apartment buildings, houses. Like say, everything's there. There's a pub there. It's called the Maple Leaf Pub. We didn't get a chance to go on the ground and actually film any of this stuff because we asked them, but they were just too busy. They didn't have time to show us around. So we were just looking for the caretaker to pay her whatever for opening the gate and to store the truck there for the week that we're there. And we just kind of drove around looking for her. And so we just shot a little bit from inside the truck. We didn't think anyone would mind. But it's quite the thing to see. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go over it with the drone. Like, they're busy and we didn't want to bug them too much. But that's Kitsault. So the other way you can get into Anyox, if you don't go to Kitsault, and then it's about a 30-mile boat trip from there to Anyox. The other way to go in is you can go to Gingliox or Kincolith, and it's about a 50-mile boat ride in from there. But there's no roads in Anyox, so you have only a few choices, unless you want to fly a float plane in there, which gets kind of expensive. You could actually take a boat from Stewart or Prince Rupert, but very long, treacherous journey either way. But it was a real treat to get into Kitsault and have a look at this modern ghost town, I guess. That when you think of ghost town, you think of Barkerville.
That looks like somebody lives in that one. Oh, yeah. There's a truck there.
Maybe. There's a shop.
Yeah.
There's vehicles everywhere. It's hard to see where to go. I don't want to drive around too much.
We launched the boat at Kitsault, and from there we went right across to Alice Arm, which is just across the bay. It's only a few miles, so it's kind of a little community. There's a few people living there, and the Dolly Varden mine is up there, so we didn't get in there too far. We just kind of went through the bay, just give you a quick little shot about some of the houses in Alice Arm, and then we headed up Alice Arm and head to Anyox. So We had a pretty nice trip in there. It was pretty calm, as you can see. Coming back, it was a lot nastier. But so we got into Anyox here, and it's raining as per usual. It rains a lot in that area, and just coming into the harbor there, and that's where the brick plant and the coke plant is. And we're just swinging in there, and you start to see all these bears everywhere. We've seen a lot of bears when we first got there. And then they kind of, I got to get fed up with us, I guess, and they moved on, and we didn't see them too much the last part of our trip there. But when we first got there, they were everywhere. Never had any trouble with them though. They're just, you know, they were eating grass and wandering around and feeding, and we kept our food away, and we didn't have a problem with them. That's the general store there. It's a problem when you're trying to shoot in the rain there. Keep the cameras clean. That's why we didn't use this footage here, because it was a little spotted, but that looked pretty good, so I thought we'd just save it and put it on this one here. That's the wharf that we tied the boat up to in behind there. Figured it was pretty protected there, but a storm came up and it actually tore the moorings loose. That's where we stayed there. That's the camp that we stayed at. And there was all piers at one time. That's an old camp actually right there that they don't use anymore. We saw 4 bears already, so Kevin's got his gun here, so just gonna get it set up here, and we're gonna take a walk into the camp.
There's a bear right there. Just off the point there.
Oh yeah, there were lots of bears. There's a bear and a cub. There's bears everywhere around here, so it's a good thing we got this Defender here. Show us this Defender here, Kevin. It's the 12 gauge.
Put down my beer to show you.
This is the 12 gauge Defender there. It's Kevin's there, so this is something really good. If a bear attacks you or something, you can put some rounds into him pretty quick there, and it really stops them. They call that a bear stopper.
Yeah.
And we're going to go for a little walk here, and we'll see. So there's Anyox Hydroelectric Corporation. So that's one of the plans they had for this place, was to generate power here. I think that's kind of on hold right now. But... All right, so this is probably the hotel here. And hopefully there won't be any guests here. Oh, they got a bit of a start of a museum here. Oh wow, look at that, eh? They got some bricks there, says Sydney Island on it.
From the island, yeah.
And there's an assay cup there. A few other little odds and ends, some bricks. And a little bottle. So they just had a tour in here, so they well, you got a pretty nice kitchen here, eh? Look at all set up in here.
Oh, look.
There's no power or nothing here. You know, the power set up or anything. We got a couple rooms we can use in here.
You got some reading for tonight.
Oh, The Town That Got Lost. That's the book you got?
That's the book I got.
Yeah. There we go. All nice and clean in here, and looks like it's pretty well fixed up. Well, here's some pictures and stuff. Some mine pictures. Looks like maybe they did some work on the portal here. And there's a picture of the dam. And there's some mine pictures, probably just doing some samples and stuff there. Yeah. And some tubing. Oh, there's one of the portals that we'll probably get into there. Yeah, well, lots of reading material in here. We'll have a look upstairs and see what we can find. Oh, lots of interesting stuff to look here. That's really cool.
Nothing to it. He'll probably be pretty happy if it has brakes on it when he comes back, eh?
Well, they had a pretty awesome barge here. I guess they must have used this barge to move a bunch of the heavy equipment we see here, an old crane and stuff. And we're just kind of getting familiar with what there is here. This is the general store here. That's the remains of it there. And there was a huge wharf. They had wharfs going all over the place, so all the decking's gone. You can kind of see the pilings all around and a whole bunch of stuff. They had big ocean-going ships that came in here. If you look at the end of this wharf at the very end, there's a bear. We're going to be seeing lots of them. He's got a little cub there. He's just feeding on the grass and stuff, so haven't given us any trouble. So we've got to make sure we keep all our food locked up, or he's going to tear into that. And there's the coke plant there. That's what they used to make the coke for the furnaces and stuff to fire the smelter up. They had a smelter here. You can see there's a smokestack. I checked this out. It doesn't get any more awesome than this. There's the big slag pile, what's left of the slag pile. And look at the mountains and stuff in the background. There's where the smelter was, the two big stacks and the smelter. We'll check that out. And there's the remains of the powerhouse and the dam and the rest of the harbor here. And we're just going to cruise up there and have a look at some of this stuff. All right, we're going for a little tour, and Kevin's riding shotgun. We drove up the road here. This is a newer road that they built in here to access the dam. They're doing work to the dam. And really interesting, we found this old locomotive. And they would have used this locomotive probably to haul concrete up for the dam. It's a really big dam. So you got a pretty fair sized loco. You can see the gauge on it. I wish we had a measuring tape, probably about 36 inches there, Kevin.
We got track right here. I would say, yeah, about 36.
So that's a pretty heavy duty gauge there. Maybe about a 36 gauge or something. You can see it's a pretty fair sized Loki.
Little saddle tank boilers.
Pretty sad that it's sitting here like this, eh? Too bad that someone didn't get this out of the muskeg here. It's really deteriorating.
This is where they put the water here for the boiling.
Yeah. Part of it's cast. The cast is pretty thick in the chimney and stuff.
Yeah.
It's in good shape.
Amazing.
Those two little bells, I guess it would have been kind of a pressure relief or something.
Look at all the... There's your pistons here. Some driving wheels. They even got springs on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we're looking at the dam, and it's just really amazing just how big it is. There's stairs and stuff that went down here, and the spillworks and stuff are here. I'm gonna climb up on top, and you'll really be amazed. I'll just be like a little ant on the top of this dam here. It's a really big dam. There's a hole there that the beavers weren't successful in plugging up. There's the old valves and the gates and everything. Look at that, all riveted. I don't know what the detail we're going to be able to show you. There's a chute, and everything here is riveted. Those trusses are all riveted. Everything's riveted. 3.
Once you get into the rainforest here, buildings just start coming out everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's buildings and remains. This is part of the area that the fire never got, so it's in a lot of stuff is in a lot better shape. It's very challenging because you can't just leave your camera out and everything's gonna get
From that corner, I don't know.
soaking wet. I don't know what this building was. Water distribution, I don't know. We got more stairs going up and we got big drive wheels on, falling out of the ceiling here. Just we thought we'd come over and get something simple out of the way, but we just keep finding more and more stuff buried in the West Coast jungle. It looks, that channel looks pretty rotten, so be careful. I can see through it. It looks like.
Let's get monkey. He'll go anywhere.
I'm just gonna move back here a bit. It looks fairly solid, even though it's doesn't.
It almost looks like it was bombed out. Something was bombed out during the war or something, eh?
It does, yeah.
Down for a few years.
This is the main hull at it, but it's completely collapsed in with a lot of water running out of it. Loading platform onto the haul line that goes down to the bay, or to the smelter. Frank's heading up there. I think he's going to change his mind though and turn around. I haven't seen that very often, so I could be wrong. See a little drier this way, but a foot down. It's pretty slimy. Light. Huh. Are you gonna bust that next one? Yeah. Okay. Found another adit with wind just whistling out of her, and we don't know where we are, so.
Oh, GPS does though.
Yeah, GPS does.
Okay, this would be the Beaver Dam adit.
Beaver Dam adit. Good idea. What time is it, Frank?
Oh, probably about 4:30.
About happy hour, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's
We don't usually drink when we're out exploring because we swear too much and we have to edit so much. We have so much film we have to waste. So. You don't notice it. You don't notice when you've had a couple of beer that you swear a lot. When you play it back when you're sober, you sure notice.
Yeah, that's right.
So Kevin says there's stairs going down here, so I told him, I said, well, I'll hold the camera, you want to go down there? He said, yeah.
There's more down the back there.
There's a big bloody valve, eh?
It is.
He's got his monitor, his air quality monitor on there.
Supposed to do it in good air quality to start it up for the checker.
See anything interesting down there, Kevin?
The import valve.
We're gonna have to go down there now. There's some massive machines under here, eh?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
I'm not sure how this lever works. There's springs up against here.
Part of that's made out of wood, eh? Look at that. It's made out of wood, that one rod.
I don't know how this damn thing works. But if we push this that way, our ram's gonna come out to front of this here.
It's some kind of a gate valve, obviously, right? It's a gate valve to open and close that. It was really high pressure. This would have been just massive. And we'll show you the outside where the pipe came in here. And it was like about a 36-inch pipe, and then it came choking it down to a smaller pipe. So the pressure would have been just massive coming into here.
It's a Pelton Doble, and up here we see a Pelton wheel. So look at the size of that pipe, and that's what powered all the generators that run the dam here at Anyox. That ran that generator. So there's the Pelton wheel coupled up with the clutch. And here's a big generator. The windings are still there. That's the kind of the core part of the generator and the shaft. And the rest of it's gone. And there's some more associated structures with that. The water hits this wheel at tremendous pressure and turns these just massive generators over to produce our electricity. What we'll do is we'll fly the drone through here and you can have a look at this from the air. It's a pretty impressive sight this power has. You take a lot of force to shut one of these valves. You can see how it works. A whole series of these valves here. Check this out. There's icicles on the ceilings. Here we are, it's in June. These are calcium. It's calcium. Kevin's climbing up to the top level, and we gotta go up there to have a look at this because there's no way I'm gonna stay down here for very long. There he goes. Didn't get too far. With a pretty good view of the top of the powerhouse. This corrugated stuff is really rotted. Hold on the railing, and hope we don't fall down because the picture will go blurry here real quick. Yeah, so there's a little plaque.
Up here.
What's that, Kevin?
The top of the crane.
Yeah.
Bearing in it.
Oh yeah, you can see all the top of the crane.
I don't want you to walk near me though.
Yeah, we need to save someone here. Look how much money they spent on this railing and stuff, eh? Look how well built it is. Bolted in here, all threaded pipe. That's just a work of art, this railing, isn't it?
It is.
As we see everywhere here. They just spared no expense on building stuff. And here's all the gearing for that winch and the gantry crane. Isn't that neat, eh? And it all still kind of works. The cable's still there and it still turns over. Awesome. I don't know how they powered it back and forth. We didn't figure that out. There must have been some other crane or something to run it back and forth. We haven't seen that.
Oh, there's a chain wheel over there. Off that side.
Where?
Right here. There's a chain hanging down right there to run the
Oh, okay.
gantry.
Well, there you go. See, looking on that side, there's another chain there, and it seems to run that gantry up and down the building. Let's go down and just have a look at that, and we'll show you how that works. We'll try it out. Some copper turn.
We're gonna head back down. We've seen enough up here. We're a little dicey about being standing in one spot at both of us, so Frank's gonna head down and then I'm gonna follow him. How you making out, Frank?
Good. There was a ladder on this side too, eh?
Yeah, I saw that. Amazing amount of unknown contraptions here. Some are easy to name, others aren't so easy to name.
No, that's not going anywhere, eh?
No, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Oh man, it's even worse. The floor.
Look at this dam, isn't that weird? Why would it do that?
It's a little trickle and then it made a, then there's a bunch more of them all the way up. I can see two more good sized ones up, up tunnel there. But it's just a small area.
Oh, I don't think
Oh, there we go.
We found a nano and we're breaking it. Nano must be here.
Oh, that next one, maybe it'll be a chain reaction and the next one will go too. Frank's heading back up right now. We're hearing a lot of water on the bottom, quite a few feet under where he made it. And it's getting steeper and more treacherous, so time to put an end to that. It ain't an easy place to get in and out of. If you get hurt here, your probably shock will get you before the medevac.
Here's a shot Kevin took of me flying the drone in the pit. So you see quite a few of these holes now. I've been in most of them, but not quite all of them. So we really like to go back in the springtime. We need to take us a rock drill and drill it into a couple places to get into a few other levels, or another level for sure that we've never been into. So kind of looking forward to doing that next time we go back there.
So we have a little map I drew here of the atlas we found here at Anyox. The only level we were able to get into is the 630 level. The rest of them were flooded or collapsed, and so there's so basically there's 3 glory holes. The whole mine was in these 3 glory holes. We explored this whole glory hole. We went inside there, all inside there, and we couldn't find anything going anywhere except this at it and this at it. We'll talk about that. This one we didn't find anything in the bottom part. There's 2 big holes, ore passes in the very top that went straight down into the mountain. They might hook onto the 600 level. We don't know. And we didn't get into this one. It didn't look like there was much for glory holes in this. This stuff it's been mined, but it was really blasted, and I think it's just filled in. I don't think you'd find anything in those. So this is the main adit that we found. It's collapsed. It was actually collapsed. We call it collapser. But there's a road going up to here. You follow the creek, and this it collapsed in the middle of the road, and we were able to get in there without too much trouble. So we measured this, so it's straight in on this, and there wasn't much material in there. There wasn't much water in there, so it's only 115 meters from that adit right to the glory hole, and it's at the very bottom of the glory hole. Almost to the end there's a little spur going this way, and then you hit an intersection here. Going this way here, it's flooded, got deeper and deeper. We found the outside here by Beaver Dam. It was right full of water, it had lots of water, so this was flooded, this side. There wasn't very much water there. As you get this way, it's deeper and deeper and deeper. It's flooded right there at the Beaver adit. Going this way, there's dams going along here, and it was getting deeper and deeper. So we kept breaking the dams, and we made it 370 meters from here, all the way back into here, and we just ran out of time. The last dam is about 4 feet high that needed to be broke, and we could find an ore cart. There's a bunch of stuff in there. And then there's a big hole at the very end of this glory hole here that goes way down, and we followed it almost to the bottom. You can see a great big lake under there. So that's a pretty, probably, this is a 630 level. That would be maybe at least 100 feet below that. So we think that's flooded, but we don't know. So that's basically what we found here at the Hidden Creek mine.
Just here up on Anyox Creek Bridge, looking at the great wonder of Anyox Creek. It's a beautiful spot. Just roars out of the mountains here. I see his head just sticking out there.
Hey, what are you looking at? You hear a dinger bell?
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets infected.